Ben, no sound.
Since we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
So we will go through the Murli first. Then after that, we can have some sharing. So this Murli Baba spoke on the 4th of February, 1980. And the theme of today's Murli is Baba, the bestower of fortune and the fortunate children. So if you are hearing any background sound, it's just our trash truck is coming and picking up the trash. Today, Baba, the bestower of knowledge and fortune, is seeing the fortune of you children. The fortune of all of you elevated children is so elevated. How is it elevated? When you give Baba's introduction, you mention 6 things with which you make Baba's introduction clear. When you souls know these 6 things, you become able to claim an elevated status. You can claim a right to all attainments of both the present time and the future. Similarly, Bap Dada can see the fortune of you children in 6 ways. Do you know these 6 things very well? Well, if the Murli isn't on the screen, do we know what is Baba seeing? How is Baba seeing us? And this whole Murli Baba is describing about it. And also Baba is wanting us to check. You know, every time you would hear Baba say, look in the mirror of your heart and check and see. You know, heart is where we feel, right? Feelings. And so our feelings, our conscience will tell us genuinely where we stand. So Baba is telling, the name of you elevated Brahmins is also your fortune. Even now, all souls of the world still speak of your name. Of the Brahmin, talk not, right? So we are classified as spiritual Brahmins, but in the world, you know, the physical Brahmins, the Brahmin caste has a lot of respect and regard given in the community. So Baba is telling in that way, you know, on the basis of your Brahmin name, even in this last period of time, Brahmins are still considered to be elevated. Even though their work has changed, they are still given respect on the basis of their name. Means that, you know, not all Brahmins are being praised. There are also Brahmins who have gone out and pursued different careers, you know, doctors and engineers. So technically their career has changed, but their caste hasn't changed. In the same way, even today, disheartened souls encourage themselves by thinking that they too can become as victorious as the 5 Pandavas did through having Baba's company. They think it doesn't matter that it doesn't matter that they are few in numbers, but the Pandavas have always been victorious. We too can become victorious. And this is a definition of faith. Not able to see the future, but knowing that we'll be victorious. The name of the gopis and gopis is also used in the same way. Even today, when the name gopis and gopis is mentioned, people begin to experience great happiness. Right? As soon as they hear this name, they become lost in love. Mama was deeply inspired by Meera. Mama was, big devotee of Krishna. She was deeply inspired by Meera. And Mama said, I also want to create such memorial like Meera. So the fame or the glory of being a gopis and gopis. As soon as they hear this name, they become lost in love. In the same way, your name is also your fortune. And then the second, your form is also your fortune. In order to have a glimpse of your Shakti form, devotees still endure a great deal of heat or cold. Right? In Bhakti, they have all sort of stunts and sacrifices that they do. Here, at least you're comfortable, right? We are sitting, we are listening. Baba doesn't request us to do any stunts. There, those people do tapasya whilst just standing between earth and sky, right? Today here is 21st June. It's an International Yoga Day. So, throughout the country, there's so many yoga events that's happening. In fact, here also in our neighborhood, in our city that's close by, we're having an event at 7. So Baba's telling, you also have the fortune of being worshipped in your Shakti form and as deities. You become worthy of being worshipped in both forms. Therefore, your form is also remembered and worshipped. You have the fortune of being especially worshipped. So for our first fortune, first bhagya is our name. Basically, it's clan, a spiritual clan, not about physical caste. I am a Brahmin. That is a pride for us. And second is deity. That's also a pride, a memorial for us. And third, Baba is telling, you have the fortune of virtues. Even today, that form of yours is remembered in the devotional songs they sing. They sing these in such a way that even that temporary influence of the praise of your virtues gives those who sing this praise an experience of peace, happiness, and bliss. Those who sing the bhajans, you can see they are so in tune and they are lost in the song, in the music, in the tune, in the words. So that's like that temporary pleasure being lost in singing the praise. So Baba is telling that is they are singing virtues. So this is the fortune of virtues. Now let's move on. The next is the fortune of your task and the seva that we do. People still celebrate many different festivals. All of you elevated souls have given many souls enthusiasm in many different ways. The celebration of all the different festivals symbolizes the fortune of your task. Like example, Diwali, right? It is victory over evil. So that is what we call the story, the mythology behind that festival. So every festival, it means you're winning over something. Something was done and a victory was, a success was achieved. So Baba is telling in that sense, the service that is being done, that is also a fortune. Now let's move on. Your place of residence. Your place of residence is this land in which you reside. The memorial of this is a pilgrimage place. Your place of residence has such fortune that this place has become a pilgrimage place. Even the mud here has so much fortune. People consider themselves to be very fortunate if they are able to have a tilak of the mud of this pilgrimage place applied to them. This is the fortune of your place, Madhuban. Madhuban attracts everyone, not just PKs. Even Madhuban has become a tourist place. And everyone feels, if they've been to Madhuban, when they come to the Brahma Kumaris, when they come to the center, or we just meet them in some grocery store, they say, oh, I've been to your headquarters. I've been to Madhuban. So Baba is telling that's fortune of being able to go to Madhuban. The fortune of the period of confluence age is especially remembered in the form of Amrit Vela. Amrit Vela means the time to become immortal by drinking the nectar. As well as that, this Iron Age is also the most auspicious confluence age of righteousness and charity. Even the time of dusk is known as the time of elevated fortune. The praise of all of these different times is the praise of this time of yours. One is Sangam Yuga, that is like the big Amrit Vela of the whole cycle. Second is Amrit Vela in Sangam Yuga. So Baba was telling the double fortune of the time. So do you understand your elevated fortune? So I was told that this Murli is being read in 3 parts. And I think now that we've discussed all the 6, we've read all the 6, should we have a discussion? Should I stop here? What do you think? If someone can suggest me. Rakiben?
Sure.
Yes. Bijit Bhai?
Yeah, we can take a pause
Can
here
stop.
and then yes, yeah.
Okay, perfect. Because as I was reading Baba's Murli, just some sharings of seniors kept crossing my mind. So I just felt it is very apt to share, considering Baba's talking all about Bhagya, Baba's talking all about fortune. And Jayanti Ben is here with us. She is traveling US. She's on a tour. So we've been joining Zoom, watching her reading Murli in different parts of US. And then she's coming to us on Sunday in Los Angeles. So we're going to have big events, public events, and big events with her. And some of the sharings that she did just recollected back some of my memories with dadis. And there was one thing, just a few stories I wanted to share, which is very relevant to today's Murli. The first is with Dadi Janki. And I remember Jayanti Ben was sharing this even many years ago. And Dadi also spoke about this when she was meeting when Dadi was meeting the Kumaris, when Dadi was meeting the Kumaris in Madhuban, and I was there in the audience. So Dadi was telling that, there was this one brother, he was in his 20, I think 19, 20, and he was very in London. This happened in London, and he was very inspired to study medicine and to go to Africa to serve. He wanted to do social work. So Dadi said, okay. He came to take leave from Dadi, and he pursued his medical certificate, and then he went to Africa. And then they didn't hear anything from him for 20 years, more than 20 years. They didn't hear anything from him. And then one day, after 20 years, he came back again to London. He came to the center, and he looked much, much older. He was like in his 40s, and he looked much older than his age. He looked tired and haggard and like worn out, features, like soul was worn out. And Dadi looked at him, and he told Dadi, you look the same. Even after 20 years, in fact, you are glowing even more. And Dadi, of course, Dadi being much older, and Dadi asked him, how are you? And Dadi said, Dadi, I am so tired. I am so, drained that I don't feel I want to go back to Africa again. I don't think I have the energy or the enthusiasm to serve. I think I've seen a lot and it's drained me so much. And then he asked Dadi, how are you able to stay the same? In fact, you look younger. You have more enthusiasm and energy and strength to keep giving after all these years. And the answer Dadi gave really touched me. Dadi said, I don't give. And then he said, but Dadi, you do give. You do give so much. How can you say you don't give? She said, no, I don't give. I just be. I just be a conduit for Baba to do what he wants to do through me. But I don't give. And Dadi shared that story with us, Kumaris. And many of us here, we are a lot of the Kumaris, we live in the center. And Dadi asked us, she looked straight in the eyes, and I remember she asked us, are you tired? And with Dadi, you just smile. And then and Dadi was scanning everyone in the audience, and I was sitting in the front, and she looked at me. She's, her finger. Are you tired? And then I just I just shook my head, kind of. And then she said, well, that's because you think you're giving. Then you will not enjoy the fortune of this Brahmin line. She said a Brahmin means one who is always a medium for God, one who is always surrendered and allow God to do everything that is needed, and not allowing their mind to interfere in what Baba wants to do. And that clicked me because I guess sometimes, the thing, oh, how much should I still keep giving? I feel I'm getting drained. That's because my connection with Baba time to time is broken. And so then that resource, in between stops. And I really understood now in this, in this Murli, what Baba said, to be a Brahmin is a very big fortune. To be in confluence age is a very big fortune. And to have connection with Baba and to emerge those virtues in us is a very big fortune. Only Baba can do that. And another sharing that I also wanted to say. I think I'll just share that. Then after that, all of you, if you can also, is there time for sharing or there is no time? There is still time?
Time.
There is, okay. Okay. I will just share one last thing and then we'll open it for everyone else if you have any inspiration to share. And I was sharing in the class here yesterday that my parents, Lokik parents, they are all in Malaysia because father left body last year in February. In February. But while he was alive, there was once that he was having heart issues and he had to go for surgery. And at that time, when I was living in the center, I wasn't working. I have two older siblings. My brother lives in UK. He's settled there. He has a family. And my sister lives, with her daughter. She lives with parents. And at that time, there was a shortage of money for the surgery. It was a big surgery. And brother financially supports parents. But at that time, the amount was big. So I had a thought, nobody asked me anything. My siblings or parents, nobody said anything. But I was having this thought that should I continue working at least for a short time so I could, support them financially? And I even asked this question to Dadi Gulzar. I think of all the dadis, I was closest to Dadi Gulzar. Whenever I would go Madhuban, I'll spend, some private time with her and meditate with her, and whatever questions I would have or issues I need clarity, I'll talk to her. So I was just sharing, open heart sharing with her and say, Dadi, what do you think? I know Baba is encouraging, Kumaris, it's not necessary to work, but Dadi, what should I do in this situation? How can I help that soul? And Dadi gave me one task. She gave me a homework. She said, for 1 month, you do special meditation, not just for that soul, but for everyone. And in your mind, every time you see that soul, you surrender that soul to Baba. You keep surrendering. You keep surrendering. Baba, this is your child. Baba, you know what is best for this child. You do what is best. And you keep surrendering, keep surrendering. And after that 1 month, what happened was I got a call from my mother. And she said that he got a financial aid from the hospital. And so they were willing to pay half of the surgery fees, and then my brother could pay the other half. He was able to manage that. And that experience touched me deeply. And when I went to Madhuban the next year, I was sharing this with Dadi. And Dadi said, that money was meant to happen anyways in drama. As per the right time in drama, it was meant to happen anyways. But that yoga that I was doing in that 1 month made me to feel that he is, before he's a father to me, he's Baba's child. And so Baba knows what is best for that child. And the fact that I've surrendered to Baba, it means all my problems are also Baba's. The families that I have are also Baba's. And so for me to think, okay, what can I do in the situation, made my thinking very limited. And when I was doing that meditation, I think over a period of time, I was able to experience a sense of detachment from that soul and a sense of empowering, Baba is empowering that soul. And that is that the feeling that, that soul is okay, that soul is safe in Baba's hand. And whatever that is necessary for that soul, Baba's going to do. And so I don't need to worry. And that is what Dadi, she said. To be a Kumari, to be surrendered to Baba means everything of yours, you give it to Baba. That is the fortune of this confluence age. Is everything of yours belongs to Baba, including your problems. And then after that, I never had any thought of earning money, because thoughts are more expensive and precious, and it does more miracles than money does. And so drama had to teach me that lesson, and Dadi Dadi explained it to me very well. And it's just few sharings that I wanted to have. If anyone else would like to share, can go ahead. Anyone? Lucky Ben or anybody? Or should I continue sharing? I don't know. I was thinking if anyone has any thoughts that you would like to share.
So while
Om
you
Shanti.
were yes, Mumbai, go ahead.
Yeah, Rakivan, after you, please.
So, sister, while you were sharing about what it means to surrender, I was getting present to at times. With me, what happens is if there is no solution being seen, I get into that trigger of how do I manage this? How do I manage this? And today, while you were sharing, I was just getting it that it's not about I managing. Can I just leave I there as in that situation as well and just surrender? Now, what I was seeing for myself is what's required is the yoke with Baba at every moment, that yad, that remembrance, even in such tough situations, because it's not who I am doing. Karan Karavan Har is Baba. And that's the practice to be enhanced and elevated is the point for me to take back home. Om Shanti.
Like how Dadi said, it's not about giving, it's about being. Because even if the thought comes that I'm giving, we may think it's a pure pride, but on a very subtle level, the thought of giving also brings the thought of receiving. And so if we don't even have the thought of giving, then whether it happens, it doesn't happen, I see the result now, or I see the result 10 years later, it doesn't matter. I was just being there. Baba was doing his job. And when the job is done, drama took me away. And then another scene, and then another scene. So that was a very, very, very deep sharing from Dadi. All fine.
Om Shanti, sister. Wonderful experience you have shared with all of us. Quite inspiring. And I really like that thing that in Lockic relations, first they're Baba's child and then any other relation. That really is quite elevating and sets you free. And keeps you away from the bondages and the. I think that's something. Well, I'm taking this as a takeaway that first, whatever my spouse or my siblings, they're first Baba's side, and then any role or any Lockic relationship. Om Shanti.
Anyone else? Anything touched you from Baba's Murli? And I think the second half and the third half you would hear in the upcoming days. But from the paragraphs that we've read, anything that touched you?
Yeah, Shanti, sister. So, so the experience that you related, right, about the energy training also, that the Janki gave you that instruction that we shouldn't be giving, that we should be a medium to give Baba's energy. Right, so that is really wonderful. So I think I often, whenever we come into the field of seva, I think I don't, if I think back, I really didn't have this thought sometime. That forgetting that you feel that I am giving, it is through me. So that really trains our energy. So it has to go from the ocean. And then we don't run out of that energy, we don't dry out. So that really touched me to keep. So this is going to be my takeaway for the rest of the day. And yeah, I also liked the sixth fortune that which Papa related in this movie. Yeah, so going through it, yeah, I really feel very proud to be Baba's child, because the fortune that which Baba related, being a Brahmin, is so great. So, and yes, the best, I think, yeah, the Sankalip fortune that which Baba explained, and because of the Brahmins, right? So, their what we do, or being the child of God, right? So the Laukik Brahmin also earn, right, for their Laukik life. So by doing puja, and any elevated action has to be done in this Laukik world. So people select Brahmins to do that. So, so we feel so proud that it is, in actual way, it is the Baba's children are that top-notch elevated Brahmins. Thank you, Sister Ramsan.
Anyone else want to share?
Sister, can you elaborate with some examples? The second paragraph where Baba speaks about your fortune of being worshipped in both the forms.
So one is the Shakti form, how they have Navratri. There's so many images of deities, especially, like Lakshmi and Saraswati, those are the Shakti forms. And then other images of deities. And people give big time emphasis on how the Murti is being formed. And actually, it hit me hard, this point, because today I was actually talking to one of my seniors, and I was just telling that lately there's been things happening in the Brahmin family. So I feel like, my God, every day I'm getting more and more challenges. I feel like there. I feel like I'm getting knocked. I feel like I'm getting hit every day by so many souls and so many things and sharings. And she just said that, well, that's how murtis are being made. That's how murtis are being molded till it becomes perfect. So I say, yeah, I literally feel that way, that I'm being hit and hit and hit and hit until I learn to be dispassionate. The word dispassionate means, we say unlimited disinterest, but to me, how do I see that? Especially if you see these murtis, the features, they're smiling, and there is that serenity, there is that calm, there is the courage. all of these, how it is being expressed through the face. And they are doing so much, worship and bhajan for the murtis. And then Baba's telling, well, how about me internally? Do I have that characteristic of that murti in my present life right now? Do I have that serenity? Do I have that calmness while being firm? Do I have that assertiveness while being loving? And so that is Baba talking about the bhagya, the fortune of being worshipped. But then again, in bhakti, they're worshipping Murti. They were based on the myths and the legends that we have, grow up listening to. But Baba is asking us to check within, how much do I have, say, the courage of Durga? How much do I have the wisdom of Ganesh? All of that, Baba is asking us to check internally. Does that answer you?
Yes. So the reflection one which comes with is to make an idol or carve anything, one needs to chisel and hammer it to get the right shape. So all situation, all roller coasters that you go through, if one can take that I am an idol getting more chiseled and carved to make it more beautiful at that moment when the situation comes in, is what one can take practical space, or for me to practice that instead of getting know, getting down with my energy, or my energy levels getting down in any tough situations or any emotional hassles, is to just accept it and sail through the process, thinking and accepting it that is the chisel and the hammer that's been coming to you to make you more beautiful, make your soul liberate further.
Yeah. Yeah. And another sharing pertaining to that. I remember we asked Tadi Gulzar that Tadi, how you used to do service before, because there were no technologies, there were as much as it is now. And so how much, how did you go with what courage and conviction that you went out and you went to unknown cities and met all these seniors or like collectors, and you went to them and you asked for help and you didn't hesitate, what made you to do that? And when she related her experience, I stepped into her shoes and I was able to experience like I was there and what it felt like. And the only thing she said, we were very, they were very young Kumaris. They were not knowledgeable like all the others. But when they would go and they would talk to people, people will be touched and people would melt and they couldn't say no. Then I asked her why. Why is that? She said, the power of purity. That was the only thing we had. We didn't have money. We didn't have physical education, but we have Baba and we have our purity. And she said, our love for Baba and the power of our purity made things happen, made Seva happen, gave us the strength to go to unknown places and meet people of any hierarchy. And that is such a characteristic of a deity, such a beautiful characteristic and virtue of a deity. You know, when Baba talks about virtue, purity is a virtue. The purity is part of me. It's not that I am showing I am pure, but purity works like magic. Love works magic. And that will only happen if I am in it. It's not giving. That's what I was telling. Brahman is not giving. Brahman is being. Purity is being. Love is being. And then whatever we do, it will hit the target. It will make miracles. And I really, really felt, and that is why now, in my personal effort is I'm increasing more silence time with me and Baba. No sound, not watching YouTube, not listening songs, just me and Baba. Whenever I have that time, when I'm not with students, when I'm not, using the laptop for any seva or anything, I close everything, I put my phone in silence, and I just sit with Baba, however long I feel I can, what I want. And I'm increasing that moment of silence because I love Jayanti Ben, she shared this. She said, silent is the same amount of letters. If you're going to put it all jumbled up, it's also going to spell listen. You try and see, you write the word silent on a piece of paper, and the same number of alphabets, it's going to also spell listen. And that is so important. How much am I taking the time to listen to me? The more I'm in tune with me, the deeper I can be in tune with Baba. The more I understand what is happening in me, the more I can connect with Baba. It goes both ways. And that is something, we can always, all of us, give high emphasis in our day, silent times. Yes, you read Murli, do churning, but then also sit with Baba just in that silence and also have a dialogue with you, within you, checking, very important. This is also what a Brahmin is. A Brahmin means a one who is willing to reflect back, to acknowledge, and to transform. That's also a Brahmin in a conference age. We are good.
Sister, if you don't mind, Mama is coming. So,
Yes.
do you mind sharing any inspiration that you took from Mama? Or
Mama. Oh, so
is
many. So many. I always tell Baba, I said, Baba, you always tell I am your child, but don't get me wrong. I am Mama's child. I always tell Baba, I'm Mama's child. When I came to Yagya, I came to Baba when I was 3 years old. Somehow, more than Brahma Baba, I felt so connected with Mama. Very much connected. Maybe it's past memories, but the fact that, she lived as a Kumari and how the transformation. And yesterday also here in the class, I was sharing when I met Kailash Didi, in Gandhinagar, when I met her. And then I was asking her, because she was very close to Mama. And she had a lot of sustenance from Mama. So I was very curious. What was it like to be with Mama? What did Mama share? What did Mama tell? And she said when she, Kailash Didi, she came from a tribal family. So she wasn't educated because after many generations in her family, she was the first girl that was born. It was all just boys, and after so many generations, so they really took care of her like a precious gem. So they didn't even send her to school. So when she came to Baba, Sakar Baba, and then how, she became Samarpit, and then Baba sent her to stay in the center because she didn't know how to read. So she couldn't read Murli. She could only listen when someone else read. So she felt that inferiority. You see, agar main Murli bhi nahi pad sakti, if I can't even read Murli, then what's the use of my being a Brahmin? So when then she when Mama was visiting her center, and she asked Mama, I'm not a good Brahmin. I'm not a good Kumari. I don't know how to read. I don't know how to write. And I'm only doing, cleaning, sweeping, mopping. That's all I know. And then after that, Mama told her what it means to be samarpit, what it means to surrender. And I will share with you because she really inspired me and inspired my journey, my surrendered samarpit journey and being in Baba's home. And there were 4 pointers Mama gave. And see, there's all these 4 points applies even to all of you, even though you are in family, you're with family and you are working, but you will see what these 4 points are. The first is Mama said that you must always consider, now that you've surrendered, you've come to Baba, that this is your only home, that you don't have another home. And I understood why Mama said that, because if you think that you have another home, say Malaysia, right? I'm from Malaysia. If I think, oh, I have a home in Malaysia, then when things don't go well here, I will run back there and say, oh, I don't want to be here. It's too much effort. It's too much issues. I want to go back to Malaysia. But if you think that you don't have any home other than this place, where am I going to run? Where am I going to hide? I have to be here. I have to face everything. So this is the only family I have. And so that was the first point Mama said. You only have one home. Second point, Mama said that whatever Baba feed you, wherever Baba send you, Manzoor, Hanji. And never ask too much. Baba will give you what is needed. Whatever that is necessary, Baba will provide. But don't have too many expectations, unnecessary. No, you are in safe hands with Baba. And then third, Mama said, whatever happens in the center stays in the center. Means if something happened with one student, you don't share that kachra with another student. We don't spread news. We don't spread gossip. We don't spread issues. And why? Because our role is to maintain harmony. Even if there is disharmony in the family, but our role is to bring everyone together, to bring everyone united together. So we cannot be spreading gossips or news. So she said, whatever happens in the home stays in the home. And if you want to share it with someone, then share with your senior, with someone that you really trust. Only share with them. It doesn't have to go out anywhere. And then fourth, that Mama said, ये याद रखना that तुम्हारी लाश जाएगी, तुम नहीं जाओगी. That means only your body will leave from here, but not you. You will not let go of Baba. You will not let go of this life under any circumstances. And when you leave body, let your body go. तुम्हारी लाश जाएगी, तुम नहीं जाओगी. तुम बाबा को छोड़कर नहीं जाएगी. Mama told that to her, and then she was sharing that to me. And that touched me. That's like, for me, I forget sometimes, and I have to keep reminding myself, okay, what is my role? What is my aim in this Brahmin life as a Kumari, as a Samarpit in Baba's house? What do I need to do? And now, how are you going to apply this? Even for you too. I'm not saying that you leave your homes and you come and stay in Baba's house. That is your role. If you're in the family, you have children, spouses, parents to take care. That is given for the role that you're playing. But always remember, they are Baba's family, they are Baba's children. You belong to Baba. They belong to Baba. Your family is only one, Baba. And if you think this is my wife and my children and my parents and my this and my that, then my heart is divided into many different pieces. Then Baba is not a priority, And my home, what is my home, And for you, your home, we always say home is where the heart is. It's a very famous saying, home is where the heart is. My home is Baba's heart. Baba's home is my heart. So for me, of course, the center that I am, physically, this is my home. But beyond even the center, beyond the country, beyond everything, my home, where I truly belong, is Baba's heart, Baba. So that is one home, no other homes. And then whatever Baba provides you, even though you may be working, but your provider is still Baba. Your provider is not your employer. You may be earning money, but Baba is your provider. And Baba is giving you everything that you need. And if right now there is something you need and you're not having, let that thought, give it to Baba. Say, okay, Baba, you know what is best for me. You know what is necessary for me. You guide me. Leave it to Baba. And then see how Baba guides you. The faith that you hold, the faith that you keep with Baba, Baba will make sure you are in safe hands. And again, in the idea about stories or just a talk mate, as I said, chiseled. But then, when I hear from this and this and this and this, and okay, you had this and you had this and you do this, and I'm like, okay, I felt like, okay, I'm done. Too much. And then when I was sitting with Baba, of course, after sharing with the senior, and then I was sitting with Baba, and I really felt, I said, Baba, mujhe god mein le lo, just take me in your lap. I feel very heavy now. Just take me in your lap and comfort me. That's what I said, Baba, comfort me. I need comfort right now. And I really felt that, that I just went into Baba's arms, and that powerful drishti that Baba was giving, it made me feel that no matter what anyone says, I felt like Baba was telling, no matter what anyone says or feels about you, I know you. I know you. And trust what I'm telling. Love them, forgive them, let go. But just Baba says, keep go se jana nahi. Don't get down from Baba's arm. Just be there. Just be with me all the time. I'll protect you. I'll save you. And that just brought tears to me when I felt that experience, That is home. Home is where there is safety. That is home with Baba. Okay, I think I'm taking your time. You need to get ready to go to center. Everything is good.
So we go
Everything is
to meditation. Before that, just a small announcement. Tomorrow we have a class on Mama's journey from Radhe to Jagdamba Saraswati, which Gokul Bhai from US would be taking in. And please remember, very soon we'll have to use the passcode to enter the Zoom meeting. And the passcode is 11 for everybody's reference. Sister, over to you for meditation.
okay. So let's sit back comfortably. And just for a few moments, imagine Baba in front of you. And Baba is standing in front of you with Baba's arms wide open. And Baba's smiling. And you can feel that Baba is telling me, come to me. I'm waiting for you. And I went to Baba, into Baba's arms. And I can feel as Baba embraced me. I can feel Baba's love. And as Baba looked into my eyes, I can feel Baba telling me, I love you. I'm always watching you. And I'm always guiding you. Even if you forget me. But I am always protecting you. You are never alone. Let me remind myself in this life as a Brahmin, I am never alone. Baba is always watching me. Baba sends the support that I need at the right time. And I don't have to worry. Baba is my home. And Baba is my comfort. Shanti. Thank you.
Thank you, Baba. Thank you, sister. Thank you, Divine Family. We shall connect tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, you all have a great day. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.